The story of money in Morocco begins long before the country was known by its modern name. In ancient times, this land was part of a kingdom called Mauritania. Before coins arrived, people traded goods directly. They exchanged items like salt, grain, and livestock. This system of barter worked, but it was not always easy. Imagine trying to trade a cow for a small amount of spice. It was complicated. The introduction of coins changed everything. It made trade simpler and more efficient. The first coins used in this region were not made here. They came from powerful civilizations across the Mediterranean Sea. The earliest coins found in Morocco were brought by Phoenician sailors and Carthaginian traders. These merchants established trading posts along the Atlantic coast. They used coins from their homelands, like Carthage and Tyre. These coins were often made of bronze or a mix of silver and gold, called electrum. They featured images of their gods, like Melkart, or symbols of their cities, such as ships. For the local Berber tribes, these small metal discs were a new concept. They slowly learned to use them for trade, moving away from the old barter system. These foreign coins were the first seeds of a monetary economy in the region. Later, the Roman Empire expanded its influence into North Africa. Mauritania became a client kingdom of Rome. The local Berber kings, like Juba II and his son Ptolemy, began to mint their own coins. This was a significant step. It showed their growing power and independence. These coins were heavily influenced by Roman designs. They were struck in silver and bronze. The portraits on the coins looked very much like Roman emperors. They even used Latin letters for the inscriptions. On one side, you might see the king's head. On the other, you might find a symbol of the kingdom, like a star, a club, or a crocodile, representing their control over the land. After Rome officially annexed the kingdom, official Roman coins became the standard currency. Coins like the Roman denarius, a small silver coin, and the sestertius, a large bronze coin, were used everywhere. These coins were minted in Rome and other major cities of the empire. They carried the image of the reigning emperor. This was a powerful form of propaganda. It reminded everyone, even in distant Mauritania, who was in charge. The fall of the Western Roman Empire created a period of confusion. Vandal and then Byzantine coins appeared briefly, but their circulation was limited. This paved the way for a completely new chapter in Moroccan coinage. The 7th century brought a monumental change to North Africa. Arab armies arrived, bringing with them the religion of Islam. This event completely reshaped the culture, politics, and economy of the region. The new rulers established a new monetary system. This system was based on Islamic principles. They introduced two main types of coins. The gold coin was called the dinar. The silver coin was called the dirham. These coins replaced the old Byzantine and Roman currencies. They were part of a larger Islamic economic world that stretched from Spain to Central Asia. The first Islamic coins used in Morocco were minted by the Umayyad Caliphate. These coins were very different from the Roman ones that came before. Roman coins had pictures of emperors. Islamic law, however, generally discouraged the use of images of people. So, these new coins had no pictures. Instead, they were covered in beautiful Arabic writing. This script was called Kufich. The inscriptions were verses from the Quran, the holy book of Islam. They also included the name of the ruler and the date and place where the coin was made. This design set the standard for Islamic coinage for centuries. The Idrisid dynasty was the first independent Islamic dynasty to rule in Morocco. They established their capital in the city of Fez. The Idrisids minted their own coins, primarily silver dirhams. These coins were very important. They were a symbol of Morocco's independence from the large Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad. The Idrisid dirhams were similar in style to the Umayyad and Abbasid coins. They featured Kufic inscriptions with religious phrases. They also clearly stated the name of the Idrisid ruler. These coins were minted in cities like Fes and Todga. They helped establish Fez as a major center for trade and learning. As different small dynasties and groups rose and fell, the coinage became less uniform. Local rulers in places like Sijil Masa, a famous trading city on the edge of the Sahara, minted their own coins. Sijil Masa was a hub for the trans-Saharan trade in gold. This made its coins very important. The silver dirhams and occasionally gold dinars from these local mints circulated alongside coins from other parts of the Islamic world, like Al-Andalus, which is Islamic Spain, and Ifriqiya, modern-day Tunisia. This mix of currencies reflected the fragmented political landscape of Morocco before the arrival of the great empires. In the 11th century, a powerful Berber dynasty called the Almoravids emerged from the Sahara Desert. They united Morocco and expanded their empire into Spain. The Almoravids controlled the sources of West African gold. This immense wealth transformed their empire and its currency. They began to mint a new gold coin of exceptional quality. This coin was called the Almoravid dinar. It was made of very pure gold and had a standard weight of about 4.2 grams. The quality of this coin was so high that it became famous across the Mediterranean. The Almoravid dinar was a masterpiece of Islamic calligraphy. Like earlier Islamic coins, it did not have any images. Its design was simple but elegant. One side of the coin declared the Islamic creed. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. It also named the ruler and his heir. The other side featured more religious inscriptions from the Quran. The coins were minted in major cities like Agmat, Fes, and Marrakesh, which became the new capital. The purity and reliability of the Almoravid dinar made it the most important international currency of its time. It was the dollar of the medieval world. The influence of the Almoravid dinar was enormous. It was highly sought after by Christian merchants in Europe. They admired its quality and trusted its value. In Christian kingdoms of Spain, the coin was so well known that it was given a new name. They called it the Maravedi. The name Maravedi came from the Arabic word al-Murabitun, which means the Almoravids. For many years, Christian kings in Spain even copied the Almoravid dinar. They made their own gold coins with Arabic inscriptions because everyone trusted the original design. This shows how respected the Almoravid currency was. Besides the famous gold dinar, the Almoravids also minted silver coins. These were called kirats. The kirat was a small, square-shaped silver coin. This square shape was a new innovation in the region. It became a distinctive feature of coinage in the Maghreb for centuries to come. These square silver coins were used for everyday transactions, while the gold dinars were used for large payments and international trade. The Almoravid monetary system, with its high-quality gold dinar and unique square silver kirat, set a new standard for the entire region. It reflected the power and wealth of their vast empire. The Almohad dynasty replaced the Almoravids in the mid-12th century. The Almohads were a religious reform movement. They believed the Almoravids had become too decadent. When they came to power, they wanted to change everything, including the money. They introduced a major currency reform. Their goal was to create a system that reflected their own strict religious beliefs. They kept the bimetallic system of gold and silver. However, they changed the designs and weights of the coins. This reform had a lasting impact on coinage in North Africa and Spain. The Almohads introduced a new gold dinar. It was heavier than the Almoravid dinar, weighing about 4.6 grams. But the most significant change was the shape of their silver coin. The Almoravids had introduced a small square silver khirat. The Almohads took this idea and made it central to their system. They minted a large silver coin called the dirham. This Almohad dirham was square. It weighed around 1.5 grams. The square shape was now the standard for high-value silver coins. This was a clear break from the round coins common in the rest of the Islamic world. It made Almohad currency instantly recognizable. The design of the Almohad coins was also unique. The square dirham had a bold and clear script. The inscriptions were enclosed within a square frame on both sides. The central text often mentioned the Almohad Caliph and their unique religious doctrine, which emphasized the unity of God. A key phrase on their coins was Al-Mahdi is our Imam. This referred to their founder, Ibn Tumart. The gold dinar also had a distinctive design. It often featured a square within a circle motif. The inscriptions were spread across the central square and the segments around it, creating a beautiful and complex pattern. The Almohad monetary system was very successful. Their square silver dirham became the dominant coin for trade in the Western Mediterranean. It was widely copied, just as the Almoravid dinar had been. European merchants called it the Milarez. They trusted its silver content and consistent weight. Mints in Christian Spain and even in southern France produced imitations of the Almohad square dirham. These imitations often copied the Arabic script, though sometimes the artisans made mistakes because they could not read the language. The Almohad reform created a new monetary standard that defined the economy of the Maghreb for over a century. Section 5. The Marinid Era: Artistic Flourish and Economic Stability. After the decline of the Almohad Empire in the 13th century, the Marinid dynasty came to power in Morocco. Now, the Marinids did not control as much territory as the Almohads. Their empire was centered mainly in what we know today as Morocco. However, they presided over a period of great artistic and architectural achievement. This cultural flourishing was also reflected in their coinage. The Marinids continued the monetary traditions of the Almohads, but added their own elegant touches. They maintained the system of a gold dinar and a silver dirham. The Marinid gold dinar was truly a work of art. It was often larger and thinner than earlier dinars, allowing more space for decoration. The calligraphy on Marinid coins is considered some of the most beautiful of any Islamic dynasty. They used a graceful and flowing script. The designs became more elaborate, often featuring intricate geometric patterns, like 8-pointed stars and floral motifs surrounding the inscriptions. These beautiful coins were not just for trade. They were also a way for the Marinid sultans to display their wealth, piety, and sophisticated court culture. The square silver dirham established by the Almohads continued to be the main silver coin under the Marinids. However, the Marinids also introduced a new, smaller round silver coin. This was a practical innovation. The small round coins were useful for smaller, everyday purchases. This shows that the economy was becoming more complex, with a need for different denominations of currency. The Marinid mints, located in cities like Fez, Marrakesh, and Sijil Massa, produced a large quantity of these coins, ensuring that the economy ran smoothly. The quality of the silver remained high, maintaining public confidence. During the Marinid era, Morocco had strong trade links with Europe, especially with Italian city-states like Genoa and Venice. Italian gold ducats and florins began to circulate in Moroccan ports alongside the Marinid dinar. This did not replace the local currency. Instead, it shows that Morocco was an active participant in the growing global economy of the late Middle Ages. The Marinid monetary system was stable and reliable. It supported a prosperous economy and a golden age of art and architecture, the legacy of which can still be seen in cities like Fes and Meknes today. The period following the Marinids was one of political change and increasing foreign pressure. The Waddasid dynasty, who were related to the Marinids, took control. Their rule was weaker, and they faced a new threat, the arrival of the Portuguese. The Portuguese captured several coastal cities, including Ceuta and Tangier. This had a major impact on trade and the economy. The Wattasid coinage reflects this period of instability. Their coins, both gold dinars and square silver dirhams, were often less refined than those of the Marinids. The quality of the metal and the striking was not as consistent. In the 16th century, a new power rose from the south of Morocco, the Sadian dynasty. The Sadians were famous for driving the Portuguese out of most of their coastal strongholds. Their greatest victory was at the Battle of the Three Kings in 1578. This victory brought them immense prestige and wealth. It also brought a huge ransom from Portuguese captives. The Saadian Sultan, Ahmad al-Mansur, became known as al-Dahabi, which means the Golden One. His reign was a new golden age for Morocco. This was clearly reflected in the magnificent gold coins he minted in Marrakesh. Ahmad al-Mansur used West African gold, which he controlled through his conquest of the Songhai Empire. He minted large, beautiful gold dinars. These coins were famous for their quality and were used to pay for his massive construction projects, including the spectacular El Badi Palace in Marrakesh. The Saadians also continued to mint the square silver dirham. However, European influence was growing. European silver coins, especially the Spanish silver dollar, or piece of 8, began to circulate widely in Morocco. This large silver coin became a new standard for international trade. The Saadians also minted copper coins called phallus for small, local transactions. These coins were often thick, heavy, and crudely struck. They varied greatly in size and weight. The designs were simple, often featuring a 6-pointed star, the seal of Solomon, or other geometric patterns. The phallus was the money of the common people, used in the markets for buying bread, vegetables, and other daily necessities. The coexistence of local gold dinars, square silver dirhams, copper phallus, and powerful European silver dollars shows how the Moroccan economy was becoming more connected with the wider world. The Alawite dynasty, the current ruling family of Morocco, came to power in the mid-17th century. Their first powerful ruler was Moulay Ismail. He unified the country and created a strong central government. Moulay Ismail reformed the currency system to assert his authority. His mints, especially in the new capital of Meknes, produced a wide range of coins. The coinage of this era shows a move away from the traditional medieval designs. While gold dinars and silver dirhams were still made, their style began to change, and new denominations appeared. Under the early Alawite sultans, the design of the coins became simpler. The elegant calligraphy of the Marinid era was replaced by a more functional script. The square silver dirham was gradually phased out and replaced by round silver coins. One of the most important of these new silver coins was the mithqal. The mithqal was based on the European dollar standard. This shows the growing economic influence of Europe. The sultans needed a currency that could compete and be easily exchanged with the dominant European trade coins. For smaller transactions, a variety of copper and bronze coins were used. These were generally called phallus. However, a new system of accounting was introduced based on a coin called the mazuna. A mazuna was a small copper coin, and a certain number of them, usually 50, equaled 1 silver dirham. This created a more organized system for small change. However, the production of these copper coins was not always well regulated. Different cities often produced phallus of varying weights and sizes, which could sometimes cause confusion in the markets. In the 19th century, Sultan Moulay Hassan I tried to modernize the Moroccan state and its currency to resist European encroachment. In 1882, he established a modern, steam-powered mint in Fes with machinery from Europe. He introduced a new system based on the rial. The rial was a large silver coin, similar in size and value to the Spanish dollar or the French 5-franc piece. The system was decimal. 1 rial was equal to 10 dirhams. The dirham, in turn, was equal to 50 mazunas. These new coins had modern designs and were struck with much greater precision. Despite this effort, Morocco's financial independence was coming to an end. In 1912, the Treaty of Fez established the French protectorate over most of Morocco. A smaller northern zone was placed under Spanish protection. This division of the country led to a division of its currency. For the next 4 decades, Morocco would have 2 separate monetary systems. This period marked a complete break from the country's long history of Islamic coinage. The traditional Moroccan rial, dirham and mazuna were gradually replaced by currencies tied directly to their European protectors. This change symbolized the loss of Moroccan sovereignty. In the French zone, which included the major economic centers of Casablanca, Rabat, and Fez, the Moroccan franc was introduced in 1921. This new currency was legally tied to the French franc at a 1-to-1 ratio. The coins were minted in Paris. They featured designs that blended Moroccan and French motifs. For example, the coins often had inscriptions in both Arabic and French. They might feature the Seal of Solomon, a traditional Moroccan symbol, on one side, and the word Maroc along with French Republican symbols on the other. The currency was controlled by the State Bank of Morocco, which was itself under French authority. In the northern Spanish zone, the Spanish peseta became the official currency. Just like in the French zone, special coins and banknotes were issued for use in the protectorate. These coins were inscribed with Protectorado Español and Marruecos. The designs often featured Moorish architectural elements alongside Spanish symbols. The city of Tangier, which had a special international status, was a unique case. In Tangier, several currencies circulated freely, including the Moroccan franc, the Spanish peseta, and others, reflecting its role as an international hub for finance and trade. The Protectorate-era coins tell a story of colonial rule. The old system based on the rial was demonetized. The new francs and pesetas were modern, machine-struck coins made of cupro-nickel, bronze, and aluminum bronze. While some coins retained traditional Moroccan symbols like the pentagram, the overall style was European. The denominations, materials, and economic system were all controlled from Paris and Madrid. For the Moroccan people, this change was a daily reminder of their country's subjugation. The money in their pockets was no longer entirely their own. Morocco regained its independence in 1956. This was a moment of immense national pride. One of the first tasks of the new sovereign nation was to create its own national currency. This was a crucial step in rebuilding the country's identity and taking control of its economy. The government decided to break away from the French franc and the Spanish peseta. They looked back into their own history for a name for the new currency. They chose the dirham, a name with over 1,000 years of history in the region, reaching back to the first Islamic dynasties. In 1960, the modern Moroccan dirham was introduced. It replaced the franc at a rate of 100 francs to 1 dirham. The new dirham was subdivided into 100 francs. For a time, the franc remained as a unit of account for small change, but it was eventually replaced by a new subdivision, the centime, with 100 centimat to 1 dirham. The first series of modern coins featured the portrait of King Mohammed V, the ruler who had led Morocco to independence. His image on the currency was a powerful symbol of the restored monarchy and national sovereignty. The design of modern Moroccan coins reflects the country's identity. Since the reign of King Hassan II, who succeeded his father in 1961, the coins have featured the portrait of the reigning monarch on one side. This continues a tradition of ruler portraits that dates back to the pre-Islamic Mauritanian kings. The other side of the coins typically displays the Moroccan coat of arms, which features the pentagram, the Atlas Mountains, and a rising sun. Inscriptions are in Arabic, stating the value and the name Kingdom of Morocco or Al-Mamlaka Al-Maghribia. The coins are minted in various denominations, from small centimat to the larger 1, 5, and 10 dirham coins. Today, under the reign of King Mohammed VI, the coinage continues to evolve. New series of coins have been issued with updated designs and improved security features. The bimetallic 10 dirham coin is a good example of a modern high-value coin. The coins are produced by the Moroccan State Mint, Dar as-Sika, located in Saleh. They are part of the daily life of every Moroccan. From the ancient silver dirhams of the Idrisids to the gold dinars of the Almoravids and the modern bimetallic coins of today, the history of Moroccan currency is a journey through the country's rich and complex past. Each coin is a small metal document that tells a story of faith, power, art, and independence.